to start us off this week, we're joined by head coach Seb Hines. Top of the table clash Friday night at Interco Stadium. Just kind of give us your initial thoughts on the match you expect on Friday.
It's always an entertaining game against Kansas. It's a game we've done relatively well in recent games. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to being back home in front of our own fans. It should be a really good atmosphere. You know, Friday night game is always exciting, but yeah, it's good to be home and getting back onto the field.
And you talk about the current team you played 3 times last year, a team you're relatively familiar with. Are there any differences you see in Kansas City from last year to the team this year?
Not really. No, they're very direct. They get the ball from back to front very quickly. I think the only difference is who's available for them. They've got some really good quality players that we have to be mindful of and trying to negate the amount of opportunities that they get in front of goal. But we've played them a couple of times. We know what to expect, and we have to make sure that we're on top of our game.
You talked about coming back home after 2 tough road trips. Just talk about how important it is playing at home, playing at Interco, and you talk about making it a fortress. What is that like to make sure you get the points at home?
Yeah, like you said, it's been 2 tough road trips, 2 of the most successful teams in NWSL. With Portland away is always a tough place to go play, and same with North Carolina. They've got set principles, they've got a winning mentality, a winning club, and that's what we're aspiring to do ourselves. We don't just want to be one year wonder and just win one championship. We want sustainable success, and so they're at the front of that. Being on the road a couple of times recently, it's exciting to be back home in front of our own fans and put on a show. Last game we started off slow against Angel City, but we found enough energy and motivation to get back into the game and come away with 3 points. We're going to need that from the very start in this game.
You've been able to rotate the starting lineup a few different times and at least bring players on to make an impact. How important is it to have that depth and be able to know that you can go, 5 players down the bench that can come in and impact the match?
Yeah, to build a winning club, you have to have a stacked roster, and that's what we do. We have to, give players opportunities to go out there and show what they're capable of doing, and players have, shown their ability to come into the starting lineup and play and keep to a high standard. I thought last week we were brilliant against North Carolina. To come away from that game with multiple opportunities and really dominate the game both in possession and out of possession. Like I said, that is a tough place to go, and probably don't get enough respect for the performance that we had. But we walk away with a point, with a good performance, and we're going to need that momentum going into this game with a different outcome.